Guys, about that. Trying to get this here live going. Just got off a coaching call, and I figured since I'm in my office and working, I might as well go ahead and power on through. I know my wife tied up doing helping my son, so I just be sitting there looking at the TV or something. So when my wife be working with the boys, so I figure I might as well get on here and do a little bit of work. I ain't sure how y'all be getting into the chat now before I even get here. But I wanted to pop on and see Biscuit, I see your question right there. We're gonna jump on in that. Shout out to the Blessed Tribe, Blessed Business Tribe, also to the patrons on the Patreon. I posted a video over there that was pretty loaded. And I hate having those talks, man, because it's hard to have those talks, especially when you know people across the aisle. And it's hard having those talks because you don't want nobody to think that you know, racist or nothing, but just talking about that stuff, it'd be some intense stuff, with these, just dealing with race-related issues. And Christina Lyles, God bless you now. Welcome to the Blessed Tribe. But, sometimes we have to talk about those things, and it's real sensitive stuff. C Biscuit, God bless you. I seen your question up there, C Biscuit. Let me see that right there. Is it a red flag when a man would rather FaceTime you over speaking over the phone during the beginning stages of your pursuit? No, it's not a red flag. Ironically, that's actually a really good thing. That's it. If a man is really into you, he gonna want to FaceTime versus talk on the phone. That means he also attracted to you, so he want to talk to you, have some time with you, but he also attracted to you. So that's actually a really good thing. Um, that's really what you want. That's really what you want. Um, yeah, Glam Rocks. I can't really. I don't know if I can't really have that. I don't know if I can have that talk on here now, cause it's a little. Lori Lofgren, God bless you. God bless you. Bless tribe members. Welcome to the. Well, no, this the new member, Christina. God bless you. What to say when dates ask about why your marriage ended? I was married 30 years. I have terrible, don't want to say too much. Um, you could tell the truth. You could tell the truth if it's something that you know won't be, played against you. Delina, God bless you. But you could tell the truth. That's something that, being honest, it really just is. It's the best policy. Instead of lying about it, because you got to remember a lie. How to get your power back after a relationship, struggling with self-confidence and trying to find my voice again. One foot in front of the other. You doing the right thing right here. Just get knowledge. One foot in front of the other. I always get those questions, how to get over this, how to get over that, how to get, and it's really all the same, you know. Get knowledge, get new knowledge, talk about it, learn about it, label it, put it in the box, and do what you do. Why does a man always ask you to send pics? Not, Men are visual creatures. So it's really just a connection. And if you're not in person with a man, him asking you to send pics, it just allows him to sit there and just stare at you. Men very visual creatures, so that's more so what it is a lot of times than anything. It's just him wanting to really look at you without having to do it in person. It's real awkward if you sitting with somebody and they just staring you in the face. So when a man asks for a picture, he's really just gonna sit there and stare at it 5, 10 minutes. Why are some men more interested in a and not their? It's about control. It's about control. It's about insecurity. It's about, you know, being not losing. Is really what that is about. Is it likely that I will completely move on from my ex-husband, almost 2 years divorce, when I'm in a new relationship? When I'm in a new relationship, if I was approached today, I would forget all about him. Yes, it is likely. It's likely it won't be easy now. What do you think about a woman proposing? Somebody sent me a video about a lady doing that. I don't know if it was a joke or not. I think it's a terrible idea. I think it's a terrible idea for a woman to propose. I think women jumping the gun and kind of rushing it, but it's imperative that a man proposes, because if a woman proposed to a man and the man don't want to be there, men, we really struggle with hurting a woman's feelings, especially one on one. We really struggle with that. And telling a woman the truth of how we feel if we're not angry, men really struggle with that. So a man will say yeah and then end up cheating on the woman or leaving the woman. But if a man proposes to the woman, that's half the battle. Now at least the woman know that the man want to be there. Don't mean everything gonna go perfect, but at least you know that. Delina, welcome. Selena, welcome. Taylor, welcome. Y'all joining that blessed tribe now. If guys hit you up the day after Valentine's Day, are you a side chick or side thought? Yeah, you sound, yep. You sound about right. Sound like a side chick to me. Yep. Is it possible to still have a good or an actual relationship if you slept with a guy too soon? Yes, it is possible. It is possible. You just got to kind of take that on off the table. Sabrina, God bless you. Now, I don't have or know any skills that can generate extra income. I'm trying to get out of the debt slash provide. How can I discover new skills? I got a course called Entrepreneurship with Purpose, and it's actually discounted right now, $100 off. It's on. I changed the prices yesterday or the day before, I think. It's on TonyGassonsAcademy.com. You know, that's the best I have for you. I tried to go through it my way and how I went through my process. I have a proprietary process called the GAP process. I don't think I labeled it that in that course, but that's what it is. And just kind of helping you walk through to jog your mind and get out of you what you could be doing. We all have something we could do, but I just think sometimes the mind don't naturally think like that. How can I interest a guy well enough to put effort into me? I notice I keep attracting low effort men or guys who just want to sleep with me. You can't interest a guy enough for that. You know, you just got to be you. The man for you gonna be interested in you. You don't want to have to jump through no hoops now. Taylor, God bless you. I have and I'm talking to this guy. He says he isn't family oriented and not a family guy. Should I probably stop talking to him? Absolutely. 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 Y'all, look, when a man tell you something like that, that's like a red flag or something like that, listen. Listen to him immediately. Tony, what does it mean when a guy stares at you from afar but won't speak or smile? A man does this all the time at my gym. He just looking. Men are visual creatures. It really don't mean nothing. He just looking at you. I've been single 7 years since my divorce. I'm ready to date again. Any advice? Make sure you're really ready. In the sense of when you're ready, men will actually start approaching you when you're ready. So you have to make sure that you really where you want to be, brain, brand, and body. And when you get ready and you get out there and you get about and you moving around, it'll start to happen. Sometimes we'll say that, but not really be there. So you got to make sure everything clicking on all cylinders. My son's biological father has never tried for him. What will be the reasons? Could be a million reasons. Typically, it's just a sense of failure. It's just he don't want to be reminded of his failure, his shortcomings, and that's typically what it is. Is it possible for a man to be faithful if all the men he hang with cheat or on their girlfriends and wives? My friend and I are debating about it. Anything is possible, but deal a similar check. Anything is possible, but is it probable? It's probably not. So birds of a feather flock together. You got to be careful about that. Is a man childish if he watches and wait on his girlfriend to call first in the evening? I know I must run across his mind. SMH. It messes with one's emotions when promised a change and wanting to do better. Um, yeah, that's childish. It could be a strategy he learned on YouTube. and just something he doing just to keep you in that weakened state. So you got to understand that. Hey, brother Tony, would a man tell you you could be his wife? He wants his wife to be humbled, cook, but I'm already a laid back person, so not sure what that really means. Would a man tell you? Uh, I'm not really too sure what you're saying. I mean, yeah, he'll tell you. He'll tell you. It sounds like he told you. I'm not really sure what you're saying, sis. My son's out there. During TWT, okay, talks with Tony. Y'all got to forgive him for the abbreviations now. You read a girl's photo and said nothing is wrong with her, but she looks too innocent. Why is that a bad thing? It's not necessarily a bad thing. Um, it just just how a guy will read you. You know, it don't mean it's a bad thing. It just how a man gonna read into that. And it probably was something else that could have been said, and I was being nice. So I rarely, everybody beautiful in the sight of the Lord. And so the type of woman that I may be attracted to, I might not be looking at that type of woman. But I'm never gonna call somebody unattractive or this or that. So I can't even remember the picture. But typically, when I don't say too much, it's just because this somebody wife. You know, I got my wife. So, but I still could read people. You know what they giving off to the male perspective. And so sometimes, if a man read too innocent, and what I mean by that, a man will assume naive or gullible, and so he'll play on that. And what I mean by innocent is some women don't wear lashes. Some women don't wear makeup. Some women don't wear a red lip. And so it's certain things that represent like grown or grown and sexy or grown and confident. It's certain things that a woman could put on an image she could send that says like, okay, I'm studied. I'm well versed in fashion, in femininity, in presence. Whereas if you just kind of jump off the porch like the girl next door, a man may assume that you naive or gullible. Um, please don't spam with repeat questions, please. He will see them. God bless y'all. Deidre, welcome to the Blessed Tribe. Boyfriend and I really want to make it work, but it's hard for me since he wasn't good to me back then. Now his actions show change and commitment, but after 5 years, can he really mean it now? He could mean it now. What you got to ask, is it fair to you and you still with him? So it's like if you're going to be with him, you might as well make it work. If you're not strong enough to leave and walk away, then you wasting your time to be holding on to grudges from the past if you're going to be with him. So if you're going to be with him, then you got to forgive and forget. And you got to go ahead and make the most of it because tomorrow not promised. So if you don't want to heal, if you don't want to forgive, then be woman enough to say, hey, it's been too much damage done and I want to go my separate way. But if you're going to be there, you can't hold him a prisoner to his past mistakes. And I think that's what a lot of people do is you want to stay in a relationship, but you want to hold somebody a prisoner to the past mistakes that they've made. And you got to choose to forgive and not remind them of the offense. And that's going to help you. Let me see now. Child's father. After I left him 3 years ago, when daughter was 8 months, we now getting a DNA test from child maintenance. He's controlling and hasn't seen her since. After results, I don't want him around. That's a tough choice, sis. If that's his child, then if he ain't putting the child in harm's way, then you may need to reconsider that. What are your thoughts on asking your husband to get he doesn't want to wear and a woman doesn't want to use? That's a fair question. That's a fair question right there. Because me personally, as a man, I have to go and put my protection on if my wife don't believe in birth control, and I don't want to get no one of those, procedures. But the thing about it is, somebody taking a risk, because I done heard people get them procedures and still, you know, end up pregnant. So, but I know a lot of people against birth control and all that, but you know, it's a lot of women that's doctors and study medicine, and they have no issues with birth control. They're not against it at all, and they study the body and study medicine. And but then a lot of people, it probably also people who study medicine and doctors, and they against birth control. So it's gonna go both ways with anything that's medical with the body. So it got to be your personal choice, but just understand ain't nothing 100%. Birth control, vasectomy ain't nothing 100%. So protection, nothing. Jasmine, God bless you now. Why does a man ask you to have his every time he asks for feelings? Also, he has I don't feed into it. It's just weird to me. Sis, why you spent that? Why you spent that money for that question? Come on now. Come on now. Come on now, sister. You asking about a drunk man? Like, neither one of us know. He drunk. Come on now, sis. Y'all got to just start wanting to be in the chat now. Some of these questions y'all got the answer to now. Ask me a question you got the answer to. He drunk. Come on now. Come on now. Y'all got to let me stay in the light, okay? Y'all asking questions about to send me to the dark. Have him out there Evan Emanuel. Folks, you can't make this stuff up. Like, come on now. Cassie, one day, would it be possible to make a monthly or maybe even weekly post in the community for members of the Blessed Tribe to promote their business? No, sister, I really can't do that because the Blessed Tribe ain't nothing but $1.99. So, that promotion, and it's just too much stuff out here. Too many businesses out here. I promote the people who in my courses like entrepreneurship with purpose, birth your book, life coach certification. I send them an email and have a small fee that's a 90% discount from what an influencer of my brand size would charge. But I can't be having people promoting and all that for $1.99 a month. You feel me? Because it's just too many scams out here. So if a scam artist realize or hear about they can pay $1.99 to be in the Blessed Tribe to promote their business, and one person spend something and spend $500, that's a good old come up. A guy I've been talking to almost 3 months didn't tell me Happy V-Day, says he had at 4 years ago and tries to avoid holiday altogether. Told him he need to get therapy. You told him right. You told him right now. Can you preface the room about #Q that the mods will delete, and we have a lot of new members that may not be aware. Oh yeah, before your question, put a #Q before your question. Jackie, God bless you now. #Q before your question. I'm trying to go in order, but it get to be too many questions coming. Is it okay for me to submit my story for you to teach on Talks with Tony? Don't have a question for your email, but feel like my circumstances women have been through and can learn from. Yeah, it's okay to submit it. I don't know. I really read them as I'm going. I don't read it before it. But so yeah, it's okay to submit it. I think when a man that is not your husband licks his lips and has glazing eyes that he is lusting, very creepy to me. What do you think? It sound like it now. It sound like it. Unless he just finished smoking or feeling hungry. But that sound like it. Y'all be asking everything. Tony, if a man's shoe is untied, do that mean he tripping? I was starting to feel panic because I'm 28, graduating as a doctor soon, single and waiting, was listening to Man in the Dark, SMH. How do I purge that mindset? Will never watch him again. It just kind of like how the mind work. You know, you're going to remember them things. It's going to play back and play back, but you just got to replace each little piece of toxic knowledge with new knowledge. That's all it is. Erica McKinley, welcome to the Blessed Tribe. Danny Marie, welcome to the Blessed Tribe. Juliana Garces, y'all got to forgive me if I miss those. Sometimes it pop up, but I don't even see it. Let me see. See, I'm trying to answer as many questions I can tonight, so y'all forgive me for not having long, drawn out questions. Would a man that has answers, would a man that has been cheated on in a marriage and had a child later and later found out years later it wasn't his and had a divorce, would he ever settle down again, trust women again? That's a 50-50. That's a 50-50. I don't really see that happening, but if he know the Lord, he probably could heal. How do you deal with people's opinion on what you should do with a job when trying to start your business and other people say you should get a city job with benefits? You got to live with the consequences, so good or bad choice, you got to live with it. So don't ignore wisdom. Leslie Ann, God bless you. Don't ignore wisdom, but just know you got to live with it. Hi Tony, when trying to end something with a man, relationship, situationship, or friendship, is it best to ignore man or block him on phone? How is it perceived by a man in each situation? I don't know what it's like to be blocked on the phone since we've had smartphones that can do that, so I don't know what it does. So I can't really say. It is a slap in the face though to be blocked. It is a chin check. It is a very humbling thing. You know, very humbling. I've been blocked by people on social media for whatever reason, I'm not sure. But just different little situations, I'm guessing, fall out with somebody. I've been blocked and that thing, it do hurt now. That's why I love that block button. When you send a message, that block button work. On the flip side, when you take and use them reaching out as a vitamin to just remind you how amazing you are and that you really that person and that this person chasing you, if you know you got the strength not to be triggered by something they say, then it could be empowering to see that you strong and you standing your ground and you moving forward and they really, chasing you and affirming that hey, you was a good person. And so it just depends on your personality. How do you figure out if a guy is just putting up walls because of trust issues or is playing games? It's really the same thing. It's really the same thing. When he asks other females, when he has other females' numbers in his phone with active text messaging, does it mean he's cheating or could I just be overthinking it? Um, it doesn't mean he's cheating, but when you say active text messaging, um, it doesn't mean he's cheating, but it depends on what them conversations about. It definitely could go somewhere, but it don't mean he's cheating. How do you soul Tony? I think on these lives, it could be like a little button down there, and then I think one of the moderators be posting my cash out, but I'm not 100% sure. 25 and flight attendant. Are men interested in women who travel for a living? See all my friends in relationships and a little skeptical how I can make a relationship work. I love my career though. Well, you 25, you still young. So if you love that career And I don't think a man will have a problem with it if he like you. If he like you, he into you. He may like it, cause he get him alone time. You away, you doing your thing, and then when y'all together, and then he could get on your buddy pass and fly somewhere on the plane too, and y'all can hang out in different cities. And found it by accident. Grace, welcome to the Blessed Tribe. Hey, thank you for the cash out. My notifications on here. Somebody sent me a cash out, and Miss Cher posted. My, it's just my name, Tony Gasson. God bless you now. Is it? I normally have my thing turned off so I don't see it. I have my do not disturb on, but it's not on tonight. Is it better to vet before dating? It seems everyone jumps to dating right away instead of vetting over the phone. I'm healed and able to discern men on the phone. By the way, been off my back 4+ years. It is better to vet, but dating is necessary. If dating is just semantics, whether you saying dating or in a relationship, but going on a date is like vetting a man too, But talking on the phone, that is good. You should do that a week or two at least before going on a date, just to see if you could pick up anything. How do you deal with friendships that are no longer feeding you? Hey, y'all, I'm gonna be on here 34 more minutes now. 34 more minutes. I'm tired. I'm tired today, but I just figure I'm gonna keep serving. I've been serving all day. I've been supposed to work out all day, and just every time I get ready to serve, I realize I got another workout, got another meeting, got another phone call. How do you deal with friendships that are no longer feeding you when starting your self-love, reconnected with God? I'm not confrontational and still learning to stand my ground. Well, that's also going to be a part of your growth, but just kind of be unavailable sometimes. When you set boundaries, like people was texting me on Monday, that's Valentine's Day. So I say, hey, this is a day of love, and I'm going to just leave this day for my wife and not be texting people back. So I text them on Tuesday. Sometimes people text me on Sunday, and that's a day off for me and day of rest. And so I text them back on Monday. So when you just kind of set your boundaries and you're not available, people start to get the picture. How to be more approachable. Often told I look taken or friends are approached over me. That's a personal thing. It's not a one size fits all on that. Sometimes it's just the colors you're wearing. Sometimes it's the hairstyle. Sometimes it's the shoes. Sometimes it's what you're telling yourself in your head. So that's giving you a face. And so it's not a one size fits all. It's a lot that go into it. Nelson, first question from a man I seen in here. Broke up with my ex 3 years ago of a 4-year relationship. Don't follow her at all. Still, my mind reminds me of her. Is this unhealthy? If your mind is doing it and you don't really have control over it, so whether it's unhealthy or not, it just depends on what you're doing with the thought. So if you're sitting and, ruminating over the thought, then yes, it could be unhealthy. If you think of her and then you kind of keep going, it's really just our mind in a loop. So it's kind of like you kind of got to get busy. You kind of got to, get out there, meet people. Inspire DSC, welcome. Do you think I made a right decision in being friends for a year and now we made a decision to start dating? That's a long time to be friends. A long time to be friends. So hey, you already did it now. So I don't want to speak on it. You just got to watch it, but that's a long time to be friends. I pray for your family, your gift daily. Thank you. Talonda, God bless you. Dublin, girl, welcome. Why don't men give up in chasing certain women that they've cheated on and took for granted? Why can't they just let them go? Well, you got to think about what you said. So that's not the type of man to let something go if he done all that to you. So that's a man that got a lot of issues going on. And so he get fed from that. Okay. I didn't see this. R. Simon. Will a woman with chronic pain and disproportionate body ever find the one? Men are visual and picky. A lady told me I'll find someone on my level. Now that's kind of like a question somebody asked a psychic, which I don't believe in psychics. So I can't really tell you, what the future will hold. And I do believe that if you believe and that's what you want, that's what you can attract. And so at the same time, it's like there's probably support groups, communities, different meetups. So sometimes when you have a unique set of circumstances, you have to be unique in your approach. You can't approach things the same way. So it may be a support group for people with your same chronic pain, with your same situation. And if there's not one, you may be the person to start one. And now, just by you walking in purpose to help other people who dealing with what you deal with, you attract your husband like that because you created the group that saved his mentality, saved his life. You see what I mean? So you have to be creative when you got unique, circumstances. I also have chronic pain. Hey, God bless you now. God bless y'all now. I don't know what kind of pain that is, but it just sounds painful for it to be chronic. So God bless y'all now. Thoughts on man in late 30s, no kids, never married. Neither of his older brothers have kids or been married either. Father is a preacher. Ooh. I don't know about that one now. I don't know about that one. So typically when I hear stuff like that, men struggling with a little spirit. But unless they seen some stuff in their household that made them not believe in it. But I'm not sure about that one. Born again, if a man I start seeing asks me about my past, how should I handle it? You only should tell what you comfortable being used against you or thrown in your face. Another thing that you tell is stuff that is verifiable, stuff that somebody can find online, stuff that somebody could just easily fact check. But other than that, you don't have to tell all your business, because 9 out of 10 times, it's easy to say, hey, my past is my past, your past is your past. Let's get to know each other right now and going into the future. Because nothing I tell you could be the truth and nothing you tell me could be the truth. So I want to get to know you for you. And so being creative in that way to where a person understand, like, okay, listen, this is not no job interview where you about to be reading this rap sheet and then holding it against me the rest of my life. It's like, get to know me for who I am now, and I'll do the same with you, and we'll go from there. Bounty hunter boyfriend caught my childhood friend's man. Should I cut him off? Is you saying that your boyfriend is a bounty hunter and he just caught the boyfriend of your childhood friend? That's a real interesting question there. God bless you now. Y'all just be asking some everything now. Now what y'all think of is, okay? Come on now. Y'all be, come on now. The truth, God bless you. Thank you to you and your wife for doing God's work with me. We need more people like you with the spirit to help and spreading God's message on social media. Hey, God bless you. No, I don't think you should cut him off. The bounty hunter boyfriend, I ain't never heard of that. And see, listen, I really don't try to answer questions about people like that now. I tell y'all all the time, I don't answer questions about shooters and killers, and now to add a new one, bounty hunter. He might be trying to hunt me down. How long should I wait for this guy I'm talking to ask me on a date? We've seen each other in person before we talk and have been texting for a week. We talked through IG DMs before texting. Typically about 2 weeks, the longest it's gonna take for a guy to ask you on a date. Should you give a ghost a second chance? No, that's like talking to Casper. If I see you talking to Casper, what you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna think you crazy. So when somebody ghosts you, let them stay ghosted. Should I reach out first after not hearing from him or wait? If I do wait, should I bring it up or leave it alone and try to get over it? What are your thoughts on do behavior occasionally? Do behavior occasionally. You should check it. you shouldn't reach out to him. You should check it when he comes. Say, hey, where have you been? What's been going on? See if it's a legitimate reason. If it's not a legitimate reason that you believe, then say, hey, that's not what I'm going to be doing. So if you really want to build something, then you need to be present and communicating. And if you got too much going on, just let me know and I'll bow out gracefully. So you got to check that. Katie, God bless you now. Guy that I'm interested in sends text. So that means he's either socially awkward, don't really know how to talk to a woman, or he's not available. How do you discontinue a friendship with a close platonic male friend without being rude? Tried falling back, but it seems to make him fall forward even more. Want him to nurture his relationship. You're going to have to just ignore him. You're going to have to ignore him. And what I would say is tell him one time, just be direct with it and say, hey, I don't feel like this is healthy. I don't feel like I'm a healthy outlet for you. I feel like I'm more of a distraction. So because of that, I'm going to be pulling back and, letting you focus on your relationship and what you need to be building. Because men will use you as an outlet, something to kind of get away and think about, get away from the woman. And it does hinder the relationship because he'll give you all the good conversation and then he'll give her the bad conversation and you are in the way. And he is building real love with you. So he's actually falling in love with you, but could just be in lust with her. What do you think about the rise in baby daddies that have been, mama, seems like I have been seeing a lot of this on social media. Kimberly, welcome. I feel like there's probably something that's always been happening on that level. And it's just now we got cell phones, now we got the media, now we got instantaneous news. But I would just, it really just comes from the nature of men. Like men wired like that, men built like that. Like that's why men do what they do when they enlist for their country and go to other countries, and people they never seen, don't really know what they really over there for, what the story is, but just over there doing that. That's how men built. And so that's why I try to tell women, like, never entertain crazy. Like when you sense something, immediately cut them off, because every one of us is capable of that. And a lot of women don't understand that. A lot of women play with it. A lot of women, hit me, and get all into it. But every man is capable of that. Not every man gonna do it. We could be emotionally intelligent, but we all got it in us. Every man got it in them, and that's how you see men sign up and enlist for their country and go over there and do that to complete strangers in the name of, country. Kimberly, God bless you. How do I cut off a on again, off again relationship for good? You just gonna have to cut it off. It's gonna be like cold turkey. You're gonna have to just stop answering, or you're gonna have to block them. When you can't handle the interaction, then you got to use the block button. Social media has exposed that a lot of women are in situationships / secret concubines, etc. Why are women actually settling into this? Has this been a thing? More MK. It definitely always been a thing. I wish we had one of them little flash things that they have on Men in Black. I'd just be walking around. That'll be my job. Just walk around, just flashing that thing in people's face and just reprogramming their brain. But it's so many women that have been programmed by their mama that the only thing that matter in life is having a man to pay your bills. And so it's millions of women that they'll do anything to have a man. They don't care about him having a wife. They don't care about him having a girlfriend. As long as they getting them a little bit of loving, a little bit of attention, and their bills is paid, that's it. That's it. Guy I talk to every day didn't tell me happy V-Day to his ex, says he's sorry and wants to make it up. Thoughts? Red flag, leave. Talking almost 3 months. I mean, it's early, and at least he was honest with you, but it's still early. That's a personal choice, because you just can't tell if he lying or if he with somebody else, and that's why he ain't tell you. He could have told you at some point in the day, unless he was with somebody the whole day, but that just Kind of, you got to use your intuition on that one. Newly divorced, son's father is not the best role model. Any tips to help me raise him into a good young man? My son is 9 years. The thing is with a son, any child, you got to operate from love. You got to make sure you're not operating from frustration and anger and bitterness. And you got to be strict and you got to be loving. But the key is consistency. So the thing what a lot of parents do wrong is they don't set boundaries, they don't have rules, and they let the child do what they want to do. And then when it get out of hand, they want to spaz out on the child. You got to be, it's going to feel like you getting on your child every single day, but you got to do that. And when you do that enough and consistently, eventually they learn how to behave. They learn how to walk right, how to do the right thing, what's accepted, what's not accepted. And then you really kind of stop having issues. So like my sons, like in them formative years, like my 7 year old, we don't have no problems out of our 7 year old. We don't have no behavior problems out of him at all. In school, he win Fruits of the Spirit Award because it just checking him from 3 years old, probably through 3 through 5, just checking him, just been on. My oldest son, he don't have no behavior issues in school, no trouble. Checking him. The oldest a little more hard headed than the younger one, but still, just on him. Every little thing he do, just teaching him life. And that's what a lot of people don't do because they think the child gonna not like them. But I talked to my oldest about it. I say, son, you know how you feel about it. You rather us chill out. He said, no, you being hard on me, let me know you love me. Let me know you care. And I'd rather you be hard on me than not give me no attention at all. Thank you, Tony. He is not an expressive person. However, he has been improving because of me. I've been mentioning therapy to heal. The way I do these questions, once I answer the question, I forget I can't carry all that with me, so I really don't even know what you responding to, what you talking about on there. Tips for going out to meet people if you don't have many friends to go out with and don't want to meet men at bars. Tips for going out to meet people. Do something a little more grown up, a little more professional. Get on like meet up and join an entrepreneur group. Join a group for your industry that you work in. Go to church. Join a singles group. Do stuff that's a little more grown up. Your opinion on men who wants the woman to initiate dates. I'm annoyed, but I want your opinion. He listening to men in the dark. That's all it is. Anytime you want a man wants you to serve him, he wants you to chase him, he wants you to out there run. That is a nightmare. Because even when we not like that, we could be a nightmare. When a man like that, both of y'all gonna be carrying purses. That's the wrong kind of man. Run. Lovey-dovey, welcome to the blessed tribe. God bless you. How long is reasonable time to wait for a guy to reach back out to you after you've shown interest and that you are available? For one, you shouldn't show interest in that you're available, and then two, you shouldn't be reaching back out. A man is a hunter. A hunter doesn't need help hunting. I ain't gotta tell no lion how to eat. So anytime you got to be setting up and pursuing and all of this here with a man, he don't want you. He don't want you, or he not available for you. It's one or the other. Boyfriend and I have been together 8 months. We're about to go long distance. We'll soon be living in different states. Thoughts, advice, we're both 30 plus years old. Hopefully y'all got a strong bond. Hopefully y'all got a plan for the future. And hopefully he sometimes if a man let long distance happen and he hasn't proposed or he haven't presented a plan for the future, then that's a sign that he's gonna let the distance be destiny separating y'all. I did that before to an ex. Let destiny separate us instead of being man enough to just break up. Should married couples go to the bar without each other, by yourself? No, nah. Ain't nothing at no bar. Ain't nothing at no bar. Some alcohol and some booty. Some dang-a-lang. It's different going somewhere by yourself, if it's going to be productive, going to get some rest, going to work on a project, lock in, something that's productive. But at a bar, that's just trouble. After how many years into dating should a marriage come about? I used to say 2 years, but today, just with social media and everything going on, all the messages, 3 years max. A lot of great guys struggle to find their wives. Is it really that hard for a man to find a wife, or too picky? It's just too picky. It's just the longer a man wait, the more perfect he want her to be. And it is hard though, because there's a lot of messages that women getting, and women could be a handful in their own right, and so it is hard, but it is also men just being extremely picky. El, God bless you. New to the Blessed Tribe. Just want to thank you for the work you put in. I have been binge watching your videos for about 2 months now, and my mind is being renewed. El, thank you for doing the work. That right there, all it is. It just out with the old, in with the new. That's how you heal. That's how you grow. That's all it is. Mandy, God bless you. Now, how can a woman in today's world discern a DL man? Ooh, it's gonna be hard now, cause that's why they call DL men. So it's gonna be hard, but your intuition gonna show you. Your intuition gonna give it away. A lot of time they have just certain mannerisms. They have just certain little things, and your intuition is like a man who is about a woman should feel you should feel it all the way. But then when you see a man a little too open to stuff and trying stuff and what he watching, on his phone and computer, and a lot of times they don't show signs. But when you get to talking to him and you start to see what he into and all of that, stuff will pop out there. Cause I done seen some men now that it come out, like the NBA player who had him a man who dressed like a woman but had a dangalang. And the NBA player, and ironically, the NBA player happened to be out with a sore tailbone or a sore rectum at the time it came out. And the man with the dangalang but dressed like a woman released some recordings on Twitter. I don't know if y'all remember that. But this particular NBA player, muscular, big muscles, and just always been known for physique and, a lot of baby mamas. But then it come out, the little person came out talking about they sleeping together, and the man going to all kind of little parties and stuff with a bunch of men who dress like women but still got the dangling. And so I say, wow. Now, if a man who, in the NBA and 6'10" out here and got 5, 6 baby mamas, it's like it's hard to tell. So I feel sorry for y'all, but honestly, I just have to be. If I was you, I'd be in prayer and I'd be discerning the spirits. And if your spirit give you a little tinge, got to go. What tips do you have for us that are choosing abstinence and feeling temptation? You're always gonna feel temptation, but you gotta set boundaries. You got to set boundaries. It's no different than being married and feeling temptation for adultery. Feeling temptation for a new flavor of ice cream. It's just temptation gonna come single and abstinent, married and monogamous, and you have to flee temptation. You got to set boundaries. So, like for example, I don't respond to women in the DM anymore. Unless it's something super, super important, or it's something to where I write a woman on the DM because she got this post that's, showing a business, something big she did. I congratulate, hey sister, I see what you doing. Keep going. You representing for these people. And the person, if they see it, they say thank you, and that's it. I don't say no. I try to pat people on the back, male and female, if I see them doing something big, instead of being in the comments and then everybody, being in your business. But other than that, I don't answer women DMs. Women DM me all the time. And I just, not thinking anything of it. But I look at could that look like? What could that turn into? What could somebody could say, oh, Tony Gaston write me in a DM, or we going back and forth conversing. Can't nobody say nothing bad about, hey, this guy with over 900,000 followers seen a post about me and congratulated me. A lot of people just look and spectate but not congratulate. So can't nobody say nothing bad about that. And then say, oh, did he say anything else? No, he didn't. He ain't say nothing else. So I create boundaries, like that. I don't talk to women on the phone, on text message, unless it is a professional conversation. So when you single and abstinent, you got to create boundaries to where you're not out there in having dates at the house, in the back seat of a car down at the lake. You got to have boundaries. What kind of man says he believes in God, attends Bible study, but is sleeping with a woman who sells her body? My question isn't appearing on my TV. Sorry if I keep posting it. Hey, God bless you. Oh, okay, you watching this on TV? No, all right, fancy. All right, you wrote up fancy, huh? Finesse. Your name is Finesse. All right, watching on the TV, huh? You fancy. All right. Now, what that says that's the devil. That's the devil walking. That's what that say. That's a spawn of Satan. A man who finna be doing all of that and then doing that, you got to run. That man got some lightning with his name on it. Why do people think you're mean if you set boundaries? It's frustrating. Because most people don't have boundaries. I have a married male friend who calls all the time. I stopped answering the phone and he asked why. I told him I don't feel comfy talking to him because he's married. Was I right to cut contact? Yeah, you was right. You was right. And I try to tell women that a lot of men kind of get a release just off of a conversation. Because what people fail to realize is that the mind is the largest sexual organ. So a man could be just talking to a woman and cheating. Just a conversation could send him into a whole fantasy world. And I tell my wife that a lot of times because we be around a lot of, white men. And I tell her all the time, I say, now a lot of these men, when you at the soccer game and you just talking, if a man is heavy into the nasty movies, he could be getting the little rocks off on that conversation and thinking you feeling him, thinking you like him. And me, I don't talk to nobody wife. And I don't be sitting up there just chummy, kikiing and all that, because I understand energy. I understand sexual energy. I understand the transfer of that energy. And that's why sexual transmutation is so real. When you reserve that energy and you put it into your business, into your grind, that's why you become successful. Because that energy is strong. You got to realize that's the same energy that lead us into the bed that then creates a whole nother soul. So you can't play with that energy, and a lot of times people want to play with it and they think it's innocent. But that's why I don't do on my coaching calls, I don't do video calls. I do it by the phone. Because I understand as humans, if you sitting there and you staring each other in the eyes for an hour and you having a vulnerable conversation, you could fall in love like that. Because conversation rule a nation. Love making is conversation, not just physical in the bed. So that's why I have phone calls with my coaching clients instead of video calls. Because you just sitting there staring in the eyes. So you did the right thing by cutting that, and that's why he calling you, because it give him a little release to get them little rocks off outside of his wife, because he get to hear a feminine voice, another laugh, and all of that. And so I had to realize that early in my marriage, like, hey, this ain't healthy. This ain't healthy. So I don't have women friends. I have women clients, and it got to be a professional conversation. But I keep it right there. Talking to military guy for a year next month. He's overseas now. But when I ask what are we doing in the relationship multiple times, he says, enjoy the moment and wait. I blocked him. Am I wrong? Well, you don't block them now, but I tell you what, if you block them and if you don't block them and you unblock them, you're gonna have a price to pay. You let them come back in, so you done act tough. You got to live with it now. You can't play mind game with men, because a man gonna get the last laugh. That's one thing you cannot do with no man. So you done block them now. You should ask the question before you block them. Now you done block them. Now you're going to regret it. That's why you asking me, because you starting to regret it, because now you really ain't about that life. So you thinking about unblocking them. So you unblock him, he going to be over there wearing somebody out with your name in his mind. And so, Jay Lewis, welcome. So yeah, go on, let it be now. Go on, let it be. He been wasting your time. He ain't want to give you no nothing. So he was stringing you along, breadcrumbing you, like y'all call it. So go on about your business now. Okay, Cave of my Canadian. Okay, let's see what this say. How long should I wait before kissing a man while abstinent? Dating for 2 months, only pecks in the mouth, but yesterday I wanted to tongue kiss him. Now see, listen. Now see, right now what we got this here Ovid going around. So a tongue kiss will kill you right now. So you got to be real careful now, because a tongue kiss will lay you up right now, send you to meet the Lord. The other thing is, if you abstinent, then don't do the stuff that leads up to fornication. So y'all need to just have a peck on the lips. Y'all need to not be behind closed doors. Y'all need to be out in the public if you're trying to keep that abstinence, because you can't go to tongue kissing. That is called foreplay. So you can't go to doing that and then just be, okay, do that, and then boom, can't do nothing else. Because that thing is serious now. I'm going to tell you, that thing is serious. I don't know what it was or what had happened or what I had going on. I can't, but I think I was trying to be sexy with my wife, and it wasn't long ago. And I had never really experienced what they call blue-alls. The color blue. This Super Bowl ticket when I went to Super Bowl. Hey, this memorabilia now. What you give me $2,000. I'll sell them to you. This is my 3 Super Bowl tickets. Ooh alls. I don't know if that word allowed on here. I had never really, but I think I was trying to be sexy, kissing on my wife and all of that. And that stuff got to going, and that thing got ready. But I was trying to, just not make it about that. I about like to die. I about died. Do you hear me? That thing got so like up under there, the baseballs. When I tell you went to hurting, I said, what is going on? What is going on? I ain't know what that. I thought that was always a lie. I used to tell women that was a lie, and it probably was because I used to tell women that was a lie. That's what men say, that it ain't real. But something was real about that. Because when I tell you I about died. So I'm gonna tell you, when you abstinent, don't lead no man all the way down the yellow brick road. Don't lead nobody down the yellow brick road and then got the door locked. Keep it all the way from there. Keep it all the way from there. Have your boundaries. And so you can't tease somebody because your mindset is different. A woman mind is totally different than a man mind. So a lot of y'all women, y'all could do all that tongue kissing and all of that. And you ain't got no baseball, so you ain't got to worry about nothing, your baseballs being blue. You ain't got nothing to worry about that. All you have to worry about is the sun being a little soggy, but that is not painful. This man, you get him all the way riled up, he finna go into a state of pain. And so that could make the man just like, listen, I'm not finna be doing this to myself. I'm not finna be torturing myself. So it is real that you got to stay off limits. You can't be, if you're an alcoholic, then you can't take a sip and then say, oh, I'm gonna take a sip and I'm gonna be done. So if you abstaining, abstain. Don't try to be doing a little bit, talking about, oh, we just gonna hot dog. No, you think you finna hot dog and it's finna be a corn dog. So you have to be very careful with what you got going on when you abstaining. Jay Lewis, God bless you. Finna be a taco. Glenn Ross, God bless you now. Glenn Ross told at Kimberly, you're not the only one. Tony is only one person answering 1,000 questions. Please be patient. Thank you, Glenn Ross. Shout out to the moderators now. The moderators, Cher and Glenn Ross and Mama Tish and Caramel Kissing. Now, they going to get y'all together now. Y'all have to read the rules on them now. After how many dates should a guy ask to be in a relationship? Answer that. Why do men get mad when they get caught by the woman they are trying to play? That's embarrassment. You see that temper tantrums in little kids and everything. How do you get over the fear of sharing your message? I'm creative, enjoy making content for YouTube, but don't share due to perfectionism. Work never good enough. You know, sis, that's a mental block, and we kind of all have it a little bit, but I'm gonna tell you, once you get out there and you reap the rewards of that boldness, that gonna keep you bold. You know, it's a lot that I don't share and can't share, just cancel culture. So even me with sharing every day, I still fear cancel culture. You know, it's eventually gonna happen one day, and I have to just face it, you know, head on. But it's a lot I don't share still, and it's more I could share and more I could do, but that fear hold me back from just being too real. Just because of where our world is, you can't be too real, and so you know I ain't there. But I think we all struggle with that. But you just got to get on past it and realize that really nobody judging you, because it ain't a lot of people could do what you could do. So it's hard for people to critique what they can't do. Been single for 4 years now. Why do I seem to be attracting men who only want situationships? Thoughts? It could be a sign of just what's out there in your area where you at. It could be a sign. And so you got to understand that, realize that. A lot of time women don't like to hear that you attract what you are. And what I mean by that is sometimes you could give off an image that says, you know, I'm okay being on the side. And that doesn't take away from the man being trash. The man could be a trash man, but a trash man is still reading women. So even a trashy man is certain women he won't approach if he in a relationship, and then there's certain women he will approach. But what he sees in you, it may only be him that can tell you what he's reading into, and he could be completely wrong. But he is him reading something on you that makes him feel comfortable approaching you as a side woman. And so yes, he a low life or a trashy man or a dog or whatever the term is, but he also is reading something that you may or may not be able to do anything about, and really you should not care as long as you know your standards and where you stand at. And so you got to realize that ex cheated on me with his female friend from our church. We've been broken up 10 months now. Still see him at church. I think they still talk or secretly dating. Would that relationship work? It could work. It could work. I know you ain't want to hear that and you want it bad to be spoke on it, but it could very well work now. It could very well work because he could have cheated with her because she feel like the one and you not the one. Now that's right there is why they say don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. So what I always tell y'all is when you done with somebody, stop worrying about their life. You know, don't spend your time asking people questions about their life and what they got going on. You got to ask questions about you. What I need to do to heal. What I need to do to grow. You know, you got to focus on you, because as long as you focus on them, you staying stuck. The other thing, I'll be changing churches too. I go to a different church. That ain't the only church God in. So instead of just having to see that person over and over and over, I change church. You can find God in the church. God in you. You don't find him in the church. So you could go to another church. The text says, I'll be there for you if needed. Should I wait for him to make the first move, or is it okay to ask questions to find out more about him? You should wait for him to make the first move. And so yeah. He sound like he taking advice on preacher who begs to go on dates with me. Should I run? No, I shouldn't run. His husband could be a pastor. Husband could be a pastor as long as he ain't asking to sleep with you. And, ain't nothing wrong with a date. That's how you gonna get to know each other. And if you're going on a date, that means he not ashamed to be seen with you, and for people to see that he out on the date. So make sure you put the hashtag Q in front of your question. If you're new here, I'm supposed to be gone 5 minutes ago, but I know I missed a lot of you. Or maybe I didn't. Did I get most of them? If I ain't answer your question, post it in there now. While I'm down here at the bottom. Let me see. Do you feel some women are not meant to be married? I believe if God obtained marriage, he would want all of us to be married, or it could be a shortage of men. It's not as many men as women. And so that may mean not every woman gonna get married unless it's just, age differences or a man on a second marriage or what have you. But I believe for those who want it, that is there. Because not every woman want marriage. Not every woman gonna be marriage material. Not every woman gonna do the work and get ready for marriage. So cream rise to the top. So if you want to be married and you are preparing yourself for marriage and you doing the work on you, the 3 B's, brain, brand, body, then you elevate to that top 1%. And so now the men that want to be married, it's a select pool of women that they are attracted to. And that won't be every woman, because a lot of women going to give in to society. So a lot of women going to cancel themselves out. So like women who giving into society and getting their lips real big and they lashes literally look like this, and they walk around here like this, and the lashes way too long. It's cool to have lashes, but when the lashes go to getting way too long, and them lips getting pumped up, if your lips naturally got size to them, that's totally different, because it's gonna fit your nose, it's gonna fit your face. When you going to the doctor to get all this done, and all this cheek filler, all this lip filler, the lashes is very unrealistic. The ponytails is getting really unrealistic. So a lot of women take themselves out of the equation because they're not attractive or appealing to men, because men don't like a whole bunch of that and all that excessiveness. A man don't mind a woman enhancing her natural beauty, but he really want a woman to enhance her beauty, not to look like a whole nother person. So a lot of women giving into society and dressing up for themselves, so they say, but nobody really do anything for ourselves. Otherwise, we'll walk around naked because we okay with our body and we okay with our face. We wouldn't brush our teeth. We wouldn't take no bath. We wouldn't put no clothes on if it was just for ourselves. We do all of this because we got to be presentable around people. And so women say, oh, I just do it for me. That's a lie, because it's other people that's doing it for you, that's putting the filler in, that's doing all of that, that's doing all that. So you're doing it for other people too, even though you may like it. But what happened is, if we don't seek to understand what we looking for likes or is attracted to, then we could be left out in the cold. And so a lot of women today canceling themselves out, because to be honest with you, as I went around the world, and I called all the men up to the front of the room and I asked them, do you prefer a woman with artificial lashes? 90% say no. Do you prefer a woman with artificial hair? 90% say no. Will you wait on a woman if this is your wife and you feel like she's your wife? Will you wait on her until marriage? 90% say yes. And me being a man, that's the same way I answer those questions. So I knew they wasn't lying. But at the same time, women know it all, so women don't believe that. Well, men ain't approaching me. Well, if you feel ugly and you telling yourself you ugly, then you got a sour patch face on. But if you feel confident and you done enhance your face with your 3-step, 4-step skin routine, you done took care of your scalp and your hair and your nails, then you saying, I look good, I'm glowing, so you got a presence on you that you still look feminine and attractive to a man, even if you got a more look that fits you versus you got on Kim Kardashian look, but you not Kim Kardashian or in that industry, but you got that same exact look. And that be the problem. So that's why I say marriage gonna be for who it's for. And just because it's millions of women don't mean every woman want marriage or that they preparing for marriage. Kimberly, God bless you. Tony, how do you realize the harvest God is producing through your obedience to the Holy Spirit? Thank you for saying the things that are hard to hear but needed to hear to grow. Um, I really don't know all the way what you mean by that, but one thing I would say is the harvest of God is not, you can't mistake it. So what's of God, it's gonna, you're gonna have a peace with it. You're gonna have an acknowledgement of it. Like God ain't gonna do nothing, in secret to where you got to be confused. So you gonna feel it. So I feel it from what I'm doing. It's still draining. I'm real tired. It's mentally draining and it's spiritually draining. And I'm struggling even in this very moment, in my life under heavy spiritual attack, spiritual warfare. It's always real deep, real heavy, but yet God give me the peace and the strength to show up on here. Where, earlier today, I could have been having suicidal thoughts, but yet God will give me the strength to get on here and show up. And so when God in the midst, you're gonna have a harvest and you're gonna reap a harvest from God, but you also gonna have every attack from the adversary. But yet you're gonna be granted the peace and the wisdom and the clarity to carry the message. And so the mantle is heavy, but it come with a lot. But every time I get weak and I feel tired, it's people joining the Blessed Tribe, which that's $1.99, but that's a lot of money. It send people account into the negative. It's people join my Patreon, and I said, hey, don't join the Patreon until the first of the month, because if you join today, it's gonna charge you today, and then it's gonna charge you again on the first. But people join anyways, and I mentioned a couple times, and I think we got over 200 patrons already on my Patreon, and so it's things like that support, that remind me, hey Tony, keep going, keep going. And just being transparent with it, not being fake, Donita, God bless you. Being transparent. When I'm struggling, I tell y'all I'm struggling. And I power through it, I work through it, because serving my purpose is what brings me alive. And but a lot of times people they'll fake it and they won't mention it, they won't teach a lesson from it. But I turn everything I experience into a lesson. And that make me even stronger. And then so the harvest, I experienced that too. I haven't heard from him in a week. My feelings are so hurt over this. How do I move past this? Well, sis, this only for one part question. That's a part two, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna get to see you part one, because there's so many questions here. Let me see. Oh yeah, that was your part one right there. Let me see. A man I knew in college contacted me on a dating app. He gave me many compliments, said he always liked me and didn't want to miss an opportunity with me. I haven't heard from him in a week. My feelings are so hurt over this. How do I move past this? Sis, I'm gonna tell you like this right here. You're gonna have to move past that, and you're gonna have to stop letting little stuff like that hurt you now. Cause if you let something like that hurt you, life gonna crush you. This on a dating app. Okay, this a dating app. This a compliment. So you got to say, hey, you know what? This a lost man. This a lost man. He lost and confused. He don't know what he doing. He just on here talking, trying to exercise his game. He don't mean nothing he say. So what that says is it's deeper than what you saying. So you in a state of desperation. When a woman get on a dating app, you desperate. A lot of women don't want to believe that, don't want to accept that, but whether you agree with it or say that you desperate, that's what you look like to a man. You look desperate. And then for a man to give you a compliment and then not say nothing for a week, that man could have COVID. That man could be in the hospital. And you got your feelings hurt. And so instead of realizing like anything could have happened to the man could have got off the app. Had a bad experience that same night and got off the app. So you in a desperate space right now, and you got to fall in love with you. You got to love you more. You got to get more knowledge. You got to get off that app. You got to get outside. Look at Kimberly. Kimberly in here working like she a moderator. Kimberly say, who ain't smashed that like button? Got some haters in the building, huh? A lot of people ain't smashed that like button, huh, Kimberly? Kimberly like, hold on, now, how many likes it is and how many of y'all on here spectating? Okay, Kimberly say y'all on here spectating, ain't hit that like button. Y'all in here spectating, ain't hit that subscribe button. All right, nice guy. Nice guy, married, separated. Hey, God bless you for that cash out. Somebody send a cash out. Separated, wife. Nice guy, married, separated from wife 13 years due to property and assets battle. Wants to get to know me. Thoughts? Separated from wife 13 years. Is he been separated 13 years? Now, on that one, normally I say if he married, it's a no-go. But 13 years, I think it's still a no-go. Because he been separated for 13 years. It's like, who is it? Bill Gates? Bill Gates ain't been separated no 13 years. And that man ain't got that much property and assets that it take 13 years to divide. Come on now. This ain't no trillion now. This ain't Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos done got divorced faster than that. And is a trillion now. So, come on now. The man here finessing you. The man might not even be separated. The man finessing you. The man finessing you. Cher told Kim, don't worry about the likes. And Cher right, y'all notice on my videos, I don't ever ask for likes. I'm not the typical YouTuber. I never ask people for likes. I never say hit the like and subscribe. I never say that. This about coming on here and serving. So y'all have to understand that, you know, some people doing YouTube a little different. For me, I want to make it about the service. Now, let me see. If I miss your question, put the hashtag Q on there. Can straight men have gay friends and be completely straight? Me personally, I can't. I've heard other straight men say that they can. I personally think that they getting something out of that relationship, like, you know, just getting them a little lust station in. But me being a man, I understand that men, we are lustful creatures. So if a man, you know, if a man like him a little piece of booty hole, I really can't be around a man who want him a piece of a man booty hole. Because me knowing men and knowing men are lustful, it's only a certain amount of time before that man looking at my behind. So me personally, I don't have friends who are men who like men, because men can't really be friends with what they attracted to. That's why I don't have female friends, because I'm attracted to women. So I don't have any female friends. I could have male friends because I'm not attracted to men. But I don't have any female friends. Some people call that childish and all of that. No. As humans, we created to be attracted to other humans, to keep the human race going. And yeah, you could get to a place to where you make it platonic and all of that, but it's too much guesswork in that. So I don't want to be guessing if this man sees me as a platonic friend, or if he waiting in the wings for a moment of vulnerability that he feel like he could pounce. You know, because if we, you know, something go wrong and he feel like, oh, this is my opportunity, he been done grabbed my booty, I been done took somebody's life. So me personally, I be hearing some men say that, but I don't trust it. Just knowing men. Men can't be friends with something they attracted to. Hey, God bless you for that cash out. Now somebody sent me a cash out. How do you approach my live-in? How do you approach my live-in of 8 years about other females? Text message that I stumbled upon when we were looking at something in his phone. 8 years, you ain't gotta have no special tactic with that now. 8 years, that's so long right there. Hey, what's going on? What's up? Yeah, one question for you. When we was looking through your phone, I seen some text messages from some other women. You know, what was that about? Because I haven't met these women, and I'm not sure I believe in men and women being friends, platonic friends for long at least. So, yeah, what that's about? You just got to bring it up in a time of peace. You don't bring it up in a heated argument. You don't start no heated argument. Just in a time of peace, that's when you mention those tough things. Feel like everyone is starting to look the same, and guys are going towards that look than the natural look. Struggling to meet guys that like natural looks since I'm slim, not thick. I love my shape. Uh, I think it's in your mind. It's in your mind. I know it may feel like that, but and you like your shape, and ain't nothing wrong. And you slim. Now, what I say do is you still, even though you're slim, you want to be toned. Do your 50 to 100 squats a day. Do your 50 to 100 squats. That way you got the best of your best. And a lot of times people walk around slim and you looking like a toothpick, and it might not look like you taking care of yourself. So do you some squats, get the best of your best, and then see what's out there who out there attracted to you as well. Don't just sit still, you know. And and the men who going after the women who look the same, they just looking for fun. You're not missing your husband. Those just men who ain't even looking for a wife. So you can't take that into the account when you looking at who approaching you and who ain't. Is it bad? I don't want to date a man with young or multiple. I only have one who will be 13 this year. Is this an okay standard? Yeah, that's an okay standard, because a standard should be something that's weight bearing like that, and that's a huge thing. So for somebody to have children, that's a huge thing. So you don't want to take that lightly, and anything like that. So understand that's not. Feel like everyone is starting. Okay, that's a question I just answered. Thought you asked another, but it looked like it got deleted. I've heard you speak about the man in the dark. Just want to know what you are referring to. If you don't know, then it ain't for you. I always tell you, everything ain't for everybody. So for the people that know, that's who I'm talking to. If you don't know, be happy that you don't know. You is blessed and highly favored that you do not know. So just stay where you at. Been with a man for 11 months. No cheating. No legs open. First relationship like this. Is it okay to not always feel excited to be with a boyfriend? He wants to propose now, but I don't want to rush. Yeah, it's okay to not always feel excited, because what you got to realize, a spark is dangerous. A spark could blow something up. You want a slow simmer. You want oven love, not microwave love. So the excitement is microwave love. So a man that excites you is typically a man that's bad for you. The man that you could just chill and not be all excited and just kind of be chill, be normal with, that's the man that there could be some long term, love with. There was a guy that works, Tina, God bless. There's a guy that works at a grocery store. I made sure he knew I'm interested, and I could tell he is too. He does try to talk to me, but seems shy. Is there something else I can do, or just be patient? He could be taken. A lot of men just be lusting, but can't make no real move because he taken. And so he admiring your beauty, and he just shooting the breeze with you just because it make his job go by a little faster and just a little funner, but he could be in a whole relationship. And so you can't really get, caught up on stuff like that, because a lot of time men taken. And honestly, when a man not taken, it don't take more than 3 times of you seeing a ready man without him shooting his shot. If it go longer than that, then he probably ain't what you think he is. Can you be in a relationship with someone you're not attractive to? Now that, I don't know if you meant attracted to or attractive to, but you can, but is it recommended? No. It's not recommended. Now, like the other young lady say, she not always excited, but you could be attracted to somebody and not always be excited. And so, but to not be attractive to him, then no, you don't want to do that. And if he's not attractive to you, no, you don't want to do that either. You need some physical attraction to a certain degree. Yeah, it get deeper than that, but you at least want to have something there. Hey, feel like I done answered about all these questions because I don't see them popping in down there. And so I don't know if I done answered them all. It's ridiculous. Every time I get ready to get off. And people popping on here. I got to go at 90 minutes now. Man, I be seeing some YouTubers doing these things 4-5 hours. I say, boy, you got to be certified crazy. Boy, you need a check. You do these 4-5 hours, but y'all need a check. Y'all need to be getting a check from the government. Because that is a different kind of maniacal right there. God bless you. I might try it one day, do a 4-5 hour. Now, I did a 10-hour Zoom now, but that was different because that was like a paid thing. When you going to release that skincare routine you keep talking about? Now, it's coming now. It's coming now. I'm releasing one of these days now. But it's coming. I'll let y'all know one day. A lot of this be iPhone, though. This won't be my skin. It be iPhone. The iPhone wash your face for you. It's the iPhone 12 here. I say that 13 ain't all that. Hey, look like I got through most of these questions now. Hey, God bless y'all. I want to say thank you to the patrons on the Patreon. And because I just started that there. Do it even let me? So the thing don't even let me chat, huh? No. The thing don't even let me chat. I'm thinking I could type something in there. It won't let me type nothing. But I want to say thank you to the patron, thank you to the Blessed Tribe, to the Blessed Business Tribe. To the Blessed Business Tribe, I'll be transitioning that over. The Blessed Tribe, I'll keep that because with the Blessed Tribe, I can do these here lives because we got a lot of Blessed Tribe members. I don't know how many exactly, but we got a lot of Blessed Tribe members. So I'll always have that on here to my knowledge. And but the Patreon, that's really more so what we're gonna be. That support is gonna help us produce more not sitcoms, webisodes like titles. But it's also some unscripted stuff I want to do, not just the scripted stuff. So if you haven't seen titles, it's in a playlist. You can see titles, and that was paid for out of pocket by myself, and that's why I started Patreon, so we could produce more of that. And then I'm gonna start doing some unscripted stuff as well that I'll be really casting for through my Patreon first, and then what I don't get, the people I don't get, or if I don't get enough people, then I'll be casting outside of that. But I appreciate y'all for that there. And Tony Gasson's Academy, one thing I want y'all to remember about that, I changed the prices the other day, made them a little more economical. But everything I teach, everything I do, everything I've done, I teach it on Tony Gasson's Academy. So it's not one of them scam things where these guys ain't never done nothing and they pop up on YouTube and start running ads about doing something and they ain't never done it, and they selling a course for it and they charging $3,000-$4,000. There ain't none of that. I don't get down like that. I don't move like that. So everything on Tony Gasson's Academy I got real life experience with, and it's typically 50% less than the market asks for. So y'all got to understand that about the academy. A lot of times people ask me questions, and because I don't promote it all the time, they don't even know I have TonyGasson'sAcademy.com. Some of the people on here don't even know I'm an author. And that's me doing a bad job of promoting myself. But I got about 20 different books on Amazon. So when you search Tony Gaskin Jr. on Amazon, you're gonna see those books. So one thing I'm trying to do in 2022 a little better is just let y'all know a little bit more of what I got, other resources I got out there for you. Being that I don't come on here and be hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the subscribe. The least I could do is tell you about my products and other things like that. I don't do one-on-one coaching right now, but it's a singles course I just put on Tony Gaskin Academy, and it's a couples group course, group coaching that we're gonna be doing on Zoom. So if you're in a relationship, the couples course start Thursday night. That start Thursday night. Boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, married. It's gonna be on love and relationships. So we gonna touch on a little bit of everything and have Q&A that start Thursday night. But hey, God bless you, and thank you, Andrea, for reading a couple of my books. Thank you to the moderators as well. Shout out to the moderators. And Marion, welcome to the Blessed Tribe. Now, y'all, God bless y'all. Hey, 90 minutes. I want to be off here at 90 minutes, so it's perfect timing. God bless y'all. We'll talk soon.